Hello YouTube, it's Auntie Lonnie back with another video, and I actually did have a video recorded to post that was going to be like for a follow-up video for my last video, but it got lost in the ether somewhere, so I'm just going to come with the same message that was on that video. I don't remember exactly what was said, but I'll try to paraphrase as best as possible. So in my last video, I had updated everybody about where I had been for the past year and everything, the things that I went through. So I ended up losing my grandmother. I lost my job. I lost, well, one of those jobs, I lost two jobs. So one of the jobs I was fired from, one of the jobs I quit, and I had to quit because I was in this like really stressful situation with this girl and her dog, and I care about my dog, and her dog could open the door, and it was a huge dog, and it's one of those mastiff breeds. I'm not like a fan of big dogs, so call me what you want to. I don't like big dogs, and I felt like my dog, my little small Peanut, was unsafe, so I had to get out of there. My father passed away, and then I was fired from a job that I really loved. So like I showed up every day, I did what needed to be done, I took care of this gym, I took care of my members, and I still got fired. And I mean, that really hurt. It really stung to like be dedicated, because you guys know, if you are my subscriber on any one of my channels, you guys know I do not like working. Call me lazy, call me whatever. I don't like working. I don't want to be anybody's employee, specifically for these reasons of why I have to quit these jobs, or why these jobs fired me. Like, because how could you fire somebody who's so dedicated to your business, and now they're getting their karma back? It's all coming back. It's like a big long story. I do want to give you guys a story time, and I probably am very soon, because I am in my new apartment. So I'm at least 100 miles away from that place. I feel a lot lighter. I feel a lot brighter. So I'm not in my car anymore because I have my own space again. So that's really good. Something I'm really grateful for. But the message I really wanted you guys to take away from that last video is, do not become a victim of your circumstances. So when I was in those positions, so when my grandmother passed away, like I just kept going. Not kept going in a sense of like, well, this was like the first thing that was just kind of like a real pain to my side, was like losing my grandma, because she was just one of those women who I just assumed would live forever. She was 93 years old, and we had so many scares, like her being in the hospital. She'd already beat cancer, so it was like I just never expected my grandmother to pass away. So when she did, it was just kind of like, dang. But we grieved, and I worked through it. So I took some time off of work, but I kept going. Then I had to leave that job that I was at because I felt like, and this could be my own personal brain, it could not be true at all, but I know I got a nose, I got an intuitive nose, and I could sniff jealousy on people. They were getting mad because I was making more money than them, I was booking more tours than them. This was my lead, so he was getting mad that I was booking more tours than him. I was able to go on vacation. I guess the director had told him, because I had these people on black and white, they owed me $1,500, and I still hadn't filed my taxes. So I was sitting on about $3,000 that I never touched yet, that I was entitled to. So I took that money, I went to Las Vegas, and I felt like when I got back, they were all mad because, why did you hold this in your pocket for so long? I'm like, well, if it was my startup bonus, why did you guys never give me my bonus? Why did you guys wait for me to ask for it? Because me, I'll wait all day. I almost waited all year, because I started in March, and there's supposed to be a 90-day sign-on bonus of $1,500 that they had never given to me. So I waited till September. I was like, well, you guys never gave me this, and so they gave me that. But I ended up having to leave that job, and it was really rough. So like that other apartment that I was at, I mean, the apartment I was living at, nowhere near as spacious and as nice as the apartment I'm sitting in, but the rent was probably like $300 to $400 more a month. So I mean, they were just draining it. Like, so I mean, so I didn't have a job at the time. I started working at a call center, and it was just awful. So I didn't stay there long. I probably stayed there like 2 weeks, and I had no way of making money. Like, I was still trying to make money online, and like trying to get customers so I could do their hair, but I was not making the money that I needed to pay my rent. So I ended up having to move back home, and I moved back home, started working at the gym where I got fired from. But yeah, in these times, I never became a victim of my circumstances. I never was like, oh, this is happening to me because I'm black. This is happening to me because I'm a woman. This is happening to me because they feel some type of way about me. It's the thing is the unwavering faith that you have to have. And like, I hate when people say, I don't believe in God, but I believe in a higher power, but they have no type of connection or relationship to this higher power that they believe in. There's no type of submission. There's no type of prayer. There's no type of meditation between it. They're just living. You're living, and you basically have no kind of connection to anything. But I've always had this connection. I don't know what to call it. I don't know who it is. I don't know where they're from. I mean, I want to say it's just like the universe, because I believe that we're all connected on the same plane. Like humans as a whole, doesn't matter what you look like, who you are, we're all connected to this earth and this solar system So, I mean, I assume that's the universe and all things happen for a reason. So I never really like, most people, to go through all that in less than a year. So I'm back where I came from when I lost my job. I'm back in less than a year. So a lot of people to go through that would never be able to get themselves to where they were after they've fallen so low, or even been able to even go. And like, so I went to a new job completely after moving in that apartment and became general manager in like a week at that new job, which I got fired from. So it's like, I just keep climbing up this ladder. Like I'm not on any type of like goal or journey. I'm following the steps as they light up to me. And that's kind of the reason why I just don't ever become a victim of the circumstances. It's like you always take things that happen to you, if it is something negative or something that could be perceived as negative, and you try to figure out, well, I always try to figure out, and this helps me a lot, why did this happen? What can happen from this? So me getting fired put me back in school. So I'm going to get my bachelor's degree now, because I had dropped out in 2020 because I thought we were all going to fucking die. And I wasn't going to spend my last few months in class. Like it just wasn't. So I dropped out of school in 2020. And I can remember before I got fired, it was like within 2 weeks of me getting fired, I sat there and I was like, I was actually thinking about this long term. I was like, because I really did love the job. I was like, dang, so like I could be here for like because the money was good. You had opportunities for bonuses, which I would get my bonuses. You had opportunities for raise. Like me and the owner, he had talked about making me a personal trainer, so I could get a raise. Like they basically sold me this shit in a box and put a bow tie on it. So I forgot where I was going with that story. I remember where I was going now. So I had started that job and became promoted as a manager, which is something that was better than what was going on when I was at my previous apartment with the dogs and everything. And I was living at that job where people didn't give me my sign-on bonus, even though I had been working for almost 8 months. My 90-day sign-on bonus. Came somewhere and got promoted to manager, even though at the beginning, that was like something great. That was something that I felt like I had manifested for myself. That was something that I wanted to last. And then that got taken away from me. And then I ended up here again. So, and everything fell into place, even though it seemed like it wouldn't at first. So like even this apartment that I'm sitting in right now, they wanted to give me bullshit about telling me I couldn't move in until September, even though I had already paid. And plus school starts in August. So there's no need for me to start in September. I'll miss 2 weeks of classes. But even with all that being said, I still ended up, everything fell into place the way it was supposed to. I mean, I don't have to pay anything for school this year. So my grants, even though I dropped out of school for 2 years, my grants still followed over, and it was more than enough to cover my meal plan, my schooling. The only thing I have to pay is rent. And I'm really happy for that. So I feel like that was where I was supposed to be at. But like 2 weeks before, I was sitting there and I was thinking, before I got fired, I was like, okay, well, longevity wise, like how long do I want to sit here? How long do I want to be here at this company? I was like, I could be here for at least 5 years because I liked it there. Like I was like, I could see myself being in this position for 5 years. And I thought about it at the time. I was 24 years old. I'm still 24 years old. And I was like, so when I leave here, or when I decide to, so my mind was like, whether I'm doing something different or either I found something else in this company, I want to be gone in 5 years. So but 5 years is a long time to want to be an employee for somebody. That's a really long time, especially in this day and age. So I said, okay, well, I'll be 29 when I decide to leave here, or when I'm praying for something to happen to where I can leave here and I won't have to work here all day. But then I was thinking, I was like, I'll be 29 years old. So, and at this time I had still not finished my bachelor's degree. So at this time I was like, okay, I'm ready to pass over my education to give this place 5 years. And like within 2 weeks I was fired because that wasn't what was supposed to happen. I wasn't supposed to be there for 5 years. And I mean, it really opened up another door for me. So now I have general management experience under my belt. So I was already certified from high school. I took some courses that gave me certification to be a general manager, and I finally got to use it. So it's just like, I'm trying to get you to understand, like, the way things work out in life when you flow and you don't sit there and when you don't become a victim. Now, if you become a victim and you're scrambling, like, what if I would have started another job? I wouldn't be back here if I would have started another job. I sat there, man. Sometimes you just got to be still and you got to listen. So, I mean, but I'm able to generate my own income. That's one thing about me is, like, you'll never see me be broke. You might see me with a low amount of money, but I'll never be broke because I can do hair. I make jewelry. I do makeup. Like I make websites. So like anything in today's day and age that somebody might need, I'm able to provide that for them. So you can't ever take that away from me. But that plus having faith in an actual, and like I said, this is going to be a separate video, but I lean more into Western ways when we talk about religion and spirituality, because I think they have a better understanding of how broad everything is and how we all relate to one another. So that's and not, I don't have anything against organized religion. I don't have anything for unorganized religion. I don't feel like I need to label myself as being this person or that person, because at the end of the day, I feel like we all should have respect for each other's religions. Like when I pray, I use the name of Jesus, but then I'll still also study like astrology, and I'll also interpret my dreams and stuff. But I don't want to label myself as a Christian, because I feel like if I do that, and then somebody who labels themselves Christian comes in, they see my altar or my crystals, then I'm a bad person. So I like to be in a happy medium. Me and God have this relationship of our own that nobody needs to be in. And so this is what really keeps me grounded, is knowing that I'm washed and I'm protected, and I have purpose in this world. Like, I'm not dead. I woken up every day. I'm not dead. So I still have purpose in this world. And so that's what really keeps my head above water, like when stuff is getting turbulent. But yeah, that's pretty much what the message was. So I know the first video was like 3 minutes. This one went on to be about 8 minutes. But yeah, and I just rewatched the other piece of the video. You guys, these aren't sunglasses. These are my glasses that I use to see. I can't find my clear ones, so I had to put on my pink ones. My rose colored glasses give me like a nice Elton John type thing. But that's my message for you guys today. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Thank you.